Hello everybody and welcome back to the finale episode, the last one in this series, probably, of the Pokemon Fire Red Randomizer Nuzlocke. Everybody, as you can see, is at level 55, which might be a little bit low, but it took a while to get here, so I don't think it'll be that low, because otherwise the entire game is just balanced like shit. We have got Slug, the Mocargo, which has learned Rock Slide, thankfully, since last episode. We have Tian, which has learned Earthquake. I think I did that on screen because I was DM. Yes, definitely. Pain has Crunch now, which makes Pain the perfect opportunity to deal with any Psychic-type Pokemon and Ghost-type Pokemon now. Thor won't be using Bite anymore and hasn't changed anything other than getting better stats. And Flark, the same thing. Oolong has gotten Bounce. I think that might have been off-screen as well. So, there's our current team, and that's what we're going to use to take on the Elite Four. Also, I should mention, I did sell most of my items. The items that I don't feel like I'm going to use, things like Alex's and Max F's. I'm going to want to use those. But I did not buy Hyper Potions, I bought full restores. And on top of that, I also bought a lot of full heals. Probably more than altogether necessary now that I think about it. And I did give Slug the Quick Claw so that it has a little bit of an opportunity to outspeed something because it's the slowest Pokemon on my team. Let's get this started with Lorelei, the first member of the Elite Four in the Kansas region. It's going to be fully randomized. It's going to be slightly under my level, I think, because the highest Pokemon in the entire Elite Four plus champion is level 63. So I'm guessing she's going to start around level 52. Okay, that's a lot higher than I anticipated. This is going to be fun. Yeah, maybe I miscalculated. So there's a real good chance that we're going to lose halfway through the Elite Four here. I have decided that in the event that we just lose here, I'm not going to go into the box and grind up an entire new team. Because I could do that twice over, but I think, save for over-leveling to like level 60 or 65, which would be absolutely horrible to do, because even getting to level 55 with my entire team was not fun at all. But save from that, we're not going to have a better team than we have now, because the coverage we have in our current team is actually as good as it's going to get. It's not going to get better with what we have in the box. So, this is going to be it. This is going to be a one and only shot. So, this is going to be the last episode either way. Either we win or we lose in this episode. But this is the last episode of this series. And I think the only fitting comment question of the day for that would be, what was your favorite moments in this entire series? I think this is episode 24, I think. So that's 24 times that's about 12 hours of content. What was your favorite moment in those roughly 12 hours that this adventure took? Mine probably was, honestly, the first time we ran into Entei in the wild. Ended up not being a good Pokemon. Entei ended up being an entirely useless piece of crap. But I really liked the shock effect, and I just was very happy to run into a legendary Pokemon. And a close second, because of the same reason, is of course running into Mew, but Gygas, Mew, wasn't with us for a very long time. I mean, we caught him in one episode, and then the next episode he died. So that's a little bit sad. Dragonair, we don't have a lot of things to deal with Dragon types. We did have Gygas with Ice Beam, but we don't have Ice Beam anymore. So, I think Flark might be the best thing to deal with that. Just because it has Toxic and it's going to stack up a little bit of HP damage every turn. Who used Spikes? I didn't even realize. Oh, you have Shed Skin, so Toxic isn't going to do anything. Oh, that's bad. That's not good. At least Dragon Rage is not going to sweep our entire team this time around, like in Hard Gold. Because this time we actually have HP. which is real nice. Oh, and he was also safeguarded, so Toxic wouldn't have... Okay, maybe I should be paying a little bit more attention, because I've been talking about the series itself, but I don't want it to end 10 minutes into this video. So let's focus a little bit on the battles at hand. How does that sound? Sounds absolutely like a good idea to me. Things are going considerably well, though, because we're running into things which we have easy counters for. Dragonair was the first thing that we didn't really have a proper counter for, and that is the first member of the Elite Four done, because this Drowsy isn't going to be able to do anything to me. He's going to die to one crunch. It lives the first crunch, which means that, oh, this is going to be a little bit annoying. Because now you're going to, well, I can Vice Grip. You're going to heal up. Vice Grip isn't going to do a lot of damage, but enough to the point where Crunch will actually take out the Drowsy. So that's Little Light done. I think the second one is Bruno, which usually would have... I still don't know what Bruno's type officially is. Because I think it's supposed to be fighting, but it's also rock. And I don't know how that works. Isn't like... Maybe I'm gonna sound real stupid here, but isn't like Bruno related to Brock in some way, or is it just a fan theory? Something like that? I don't know. What I do know, however, is that between battles I'm going to heal up. I should not forget that, because that is an essential part of survival. Actually, I don't think I'm going to heal up the rest of my team, because they didn't really take that much damage. Do I have any super potions, or like anything else that is healing left? Max potion, but I really rather... No, I don't want to use that. And I sold all my super potions. Did I just scroll past the super potion? I think I sold all my super potions. I'm not going to use a hyper potion for like 30 HP. Okay, so let's get into the battle with Bruno. First battle went very well. Things are going to get slightly more difficult with each battle, of course, mostly because the levels start stacking up. And also partly because, statistically speaking, the chance that we're going to run into something that's a real issue. Isn't this interesting? We know what your moveset is, because your moveset is going to be bad, because Porygon 2 doesn't get a lot of good level up moves. Maybe he does have Zap Cannon. I did get the opportunity to teach Zap Cannon, but Zap Cannon only has 50 accuracy and 100 power. For a 50 accuracy move, I'm expecting at least 150 power. It's ridiculous. Why would we ever teach that to anything? I'm gonna not use Cross Chop yet, because I don't think it'll be necessary for this Porygon 2. Maybe it was? No, oh, maybe it was, because of critical hits. Anyway, Porygon 2 is dealt with very easily. Let's see, I'm waiting for shit to go wrong. I can stay in with Tien because I've got Earthquake. I'm waiting to see Elite Four member Bruno sending out a Rayquaza, or Rayquaza, or however you want to pronounce it, or a Mewtwo, which of course I've been referencing the Mewtwo thing quite a lot throughout the entire series. So it would be fitting for it to be a Mewtwo. Or what else could be a potential issue? Furret, definitely not. Just gonna spoil that for you. Furret is going to go down very easily. Doesn't Bruno usually have a Machamp? Or like a Machoke? Because it's a little bit ironic if that's the case, that the Machamp is now actually sweeping his team. I don't know if that's really irony as much. Okay, so Beedrill, not a real issue, but... Nah, actually, I was gonna say... As far as typing goes, maybe the most threatening thing we've seen so far, but of course that was definitely Dragonair. And Beedrill, it's a very early game Pokemon. Stats don't really get up there. You survived that though. Okay, you have impressed me, Beedrill. Gonna be honest, I did not expect you to have survived that. That's really impressive. I do like Mega Beedrill though. I don't really like the Weedle line, but Mega, I like that. I don't like a lot of Mega. Oh my god, that did a lot of damage. I don't like a lot of megas, I was gonna say. Well, Mega Beedrill, it's up there. It's definitely up there. I'm googling a picture right now because I want to look at it. Mega Beedrill. Yeah, looks cool. Looks way more like a wasp. It's... Let me rephrase, because it of course does look like a wasp, and it's called Beedrill. It's a little weird because it looks a lot more like a wasp to me than actual bee. And when it mega evolves, it doesn't look like a realistic wasp anymore, but it looks like what I imagine a wasp to be, and that is pure evil intent. Bees are totally fine with me. They pollinate flowers and stuff, and they are pretty much the reason the entire like ecosystem doesn't collapse, right? Wasps are just assholes. I don't even mind mosquitoes. Well, that's not true. I do mind mosquitoes, but I don't hate them. Because mosquitoes bite you to drink your blood because they need it for sustenance, right? Wasps are just assholes. They don't even, like... When they sting you, they die, right? Or is that just with bees? I think that's with wasps as well, because the whole mechanism works the same. The stinger is actually made to sting like hard shell insects, like something like a beetle, for instance. But when it stings you, a human with a soft skin, it gets stuck and then it gets torn out, and that actually kills it. It's not designed to kill when it stings, but it's not designed to sting soft tissue. So I think both bees and wasps die when they sting a human being, pretty much. Maybe that's a myth. That sounds like something that could be one of those myths which everybody just believed for the long... Oh my god! That's not good. Also, feel free, the common question of today, if one of your favorite moments in the series isn't today's episode, that's totally fair game, obviously. Really? You have to make noises and, like, drilling stuff at 8 PM when I'm recording. I love my neighbors. And not. I am very surprised though that we are at the 3rd Elite Four member so far, and we have only had like 2 legitimate scares so far. Which just goes to show how well balanced our team is. I don't even have to think that much about what I'm doing. Because I just see Donphan and I think, okay, let's go into pain and crap hammer the shit out of this Donphan. Things are getting a little bit closer to my level though. For some reason I assumed that Earthquake was my attack, and I was like, oh yeah, that's totally gonna do a lot of damage. It did a lot of damage, but I wasn't happy with it. So as you can see, the Donphan is level 54 and I'm level 55, so things are going to be a little more difficult starting right about now. And when I say right about now, I mean after beating the Masquerain, because it's a Masquerain. And nobody's scared about Masquerain. Is anybody scared about Masquerain, even if it's a level higher, even if it's 10 levels higher? Again, I would really prefer you not to be drilling right now. I don't even know if it picks up on the mic. It probably does. Can you just wait like 10, maybe 15, maybe 20 more minutes? Flygon is actually a legitimate issue, because I don't have anything super effective against it. I think Pain might be the best option of Flark. Flark is not the best option, it's the second best option, but Pain is in a lot of pain, doesn't have full HP. So I think Flark with Tri-Attack can do wonders here. If you manage to burn or freeze or Toxic, just Toxic. I keep forgetting I have Toxic. I probably should be using it. I gave it to Flark for a reason. I need to use Toxic. And I'm also going to use Tri-Attack, of course. But Toxic is just going to... I don't think I can deal a lot of damage against this Flygon. This is the thing. So... hopefully... and I have Recover, so I can stall you. I can stall you if I need to. How much damage can I deal with Tri-Attack? And how much damage can I deal to my drilling neighbor? That's more than I expected it to be honest. So another Tri-Attack and Toxic combined will definitely kill. Even if I get a negative crit, like do half the damage, Toxic will take it out. So that is probably the most scary Pokemon on it's Agatha, right? I'm facing her team. Done. Because actually Seadra has a bit of an issue as well. I think for Seadra, I'm gonna go into Thor. I know it's... Actually, Seadra is not a dragon type yet. No, Seadra is not a dragon type yet. It's totally fine. I was thinking Kingdra, but Seadra is not a dragon type yet. Because this did exist in Generation 1. And Generation 1 only had the Dratini line as dragon types. So I'm gonna be totally fine. I can just Thunderbolt this thing and it will die. It is level 85. No! God no, it's level 58. So it might do very well. No, it didn't. If it was level 85, it would have survived. It wasn't level 85. Luckily for me, because that would have been horrible. Imagine going into Lance's room. For some reason I wanted to say Drake. It is Generation 3, but... And him just having level 85 Pokemon. This does feel like the champion battle. It is not, but it feels like it. So if you don't know that your rival is the actual champion battle, it's a real good like subversion. Because of the whole like hallway thing, and then the design here really screams final battle. And then when you beat this, you have one more battle to go, which kind of sucks if you weren't prepared for it. Let's actually lead with pain. I just have a feeling that that's going to be a good thing. And if it actually ends up being a good thing, that's my credibility gone, because it will look like I have done this before. I swear to you, I haven't. This is all blind. I really do hope that we jinx. Okay, so that's not bad because I have Crunch. You have Ice Punch, but that can't do much against me because Water typing. It could freeze me, I suppose. It didn't. Okay. So Crunch should make short work out of Jinx. Oh, you live that. That's not good. That's actually very annoying. So I'm thinking level 55 was actually a pretty decent level. Maybe even a little bit on the high side. Let's not say that until we have beaten the champion fight though. Because we still have to go through the entirety of Lance's team. And we get frozen. We're gone frozen. I can't believe that we get frozen. I think this is the second time, maybe the third in this series where I get frozen. Usually I can play multiple games of Pokemon in a row, like do 3 or 4 playthroughs and only get frozen once, if that. And I think maybe this is like my conspiracy theorists deep inside me. Probably should just heal. I could full restore. I have items. I need to remember I have items. But I feel like I get frozen in Generation 3 an awful lot more than in later generations and earlier generations. I feel like there's like some undiscovered bug where freezing just happens more in this generation. It's probably not true, but it really feels that way. Because I think about 75% of the time I get frozen, it is in Generation 3. That might also just be because I have played Generation 3 a lot, but I've also played Generation 4 a lot, and Generation 5 a decent amount, and Generation 2 quite a bit. Generation 4 the most though, definitely. Yeah, not staying in with pain for that one. I guess it just has something to do with the amount of Ice-type Pokemon you face in these games. I don't know. But I really feel like Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald, Fire Red, Leaf Green get frozen a lot more. that's not even true, because there's not even as many ice types. Sinnoh actually introduced a couple extra ice types, because it's such a northern region that even has a snowy area and all that kind of good stuff. So that doesn't even make a lot of sense either. Also, Guts Boost. Which we're not going to use, because we're going to go right back into Pain. Dustox, same thing as Beedrill, but now we actually have something that can deal with it even more easily, because... Oh, actually no, never mind. I was going to say now we have a super effective stab move, but we did already have that. And screens are... It's level 60. Oh my god. Oh, that's all good. How much does Surf do? No, wait a second. That's a bug type. No, I'm dark. You, no. Oh. Oh. No. This Dustox is bad. Dustox bad. Dustox not an easy thing to take out. No. What do I do? Slug? I think Slug might be the best option here. With Rock Slide, obviously, because I need a physical move. This should be resisted, right? Yeah. Okay. So I think I don't have to be scared of Dustox anymore. I think this will take care of Dustox, because this should be super effective and the screen shouldn't decrease the damage. A critical hit. Gonna be honest, that might have been necessary. That might have been necessary indeed. Fanfy. Usually I would go into Pain, and I'm still going to actually, because again, I have full restores. I'm not spamming them. I think this is the second or third full restore I've used in battle through the entire Elite Four. So give me a break. Yeah, I started with 27 and I used a fair amount outside of battles. So I haven't been spamming them at all. I bought enough to spam them, as you can clearly see. Well, no, actually I bought enough to heal up my entire team after every battle, I think. I don't even remember how many I bought, to be honest. I bet plenty. That's pretty much plenty to get through this. And I think that's Lance done. I think we beat Lance. No, you still have him a while. You're not a fairy type yet. You're just a pure steel type then? Or are you steel and something else? Maybe steel normal? You look like you would be a normal type as well. In which case, maybe fighting would have been a better idea here, but you're definitely a steel type. You're gonna go down to a flamethrower. Okay, so that's Lance done. Now we just have Cheese to worry about. I'm gonna fully heal up our team. I'm going to look at PP values, because I've used a fair amount of moves so far. You literally had no dragons, Lance, so your dragons didn't lose to me. Your actual diverse team lost to me. Which, I was scared for a moment there. Against that Dustox, that was a scary moment. I did not like that. So please don't do that again. I don't want to see another Dustox. And if I see another Dustox, I'm not staying in with Pain. That's pretty much the lesson we learned. So let's very quickly go through PP and see who needs a Alex or an Ether. You don't. You don't. You don't. You don't. You don't really. Okay, so nobody actually needs anything because I've been going through these Elite Four members like a hot knife through butter. Here we go though. The final battle. The champion battle. Against Cheese. This is it. This is the last battle. This is where we win or we'll get swept. 6v6 I believe. It's 6v6. He starts off with an Alicate. That's a real good start for me. That's one of his lower level Pokemon and it's almost level 60 as it is. And that's not a real good start for me because I am starting with Pain. For some reason I figured I would be starting with Slug. Let's go into Tien instead. Just because if I have to switch anyway, might as well switch into the more powerful Pokemon. Thunder misses. Thank God. Why does Alikid even get Thunder? Why? You're a baby Pokemon. You should get nothing better than Spark. Okay, first obstacle defeated. Only 5 to go. Full top. I can stay in with the end. Please keep sending out electric types. I'm liking this. Because I can Earthquake them all. Earthquake was the best decision of this entire series. Earthquake on Tien. It's helped me out so much. That's Voltorb done. This is going well. It's a little bit scary how well this is going. Vibrava. Ow. I think this might be a cross-chop kind of situation. I think Vibrava is already a dragon type. So nothing on my team can really do much against it. I guess Pain could do a neutral Crab Hammer as well. But this should be neutral as well, right? That took care of Vibrava. Rhyhorn. Let's actually switch out for a change, because this entire series started with Tien leading the entire team and doing all the battles. And it's only fitting in a way that it would end in the same way. But I really want a little bit of diversity in this final battle. Because that's what we made our team for, right? A little bit more diversity. And we started this series out complaining a lot about the fact that we only got fighting types and that we had huge weaknesses on our team. And then we actually made an effort to... Let's go into Slug. We actually made an effort to build a team that could deal with pretty much any type. And while we haven't 100% accomplished that goal, within the Nuzlocke parameters we are battling in, I think we've done a damn fine job building up a good team. And it would be a shame, an absolute shame, if only Tien got the spotlight here in the final moments. So, maybe Slug is gonna die. Fuck. Okay, so not everybody made it to the Hall of Fame. That's last moment death. Well, we still could be swept, don't get me wrong. We still could very well be swept. I went for Thor thinking he wouldn't heal for some reason. So I'm in a bit of an issue position now. Oolong has bounce. You're not a poison type, are you? You're just pure bug. No! 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 What? You hit a one-hit KO move? It's fucking unheard of. So, assuming you're not a poison type, I'm finally... No, Pinsir's not gonna sweep me. No, I refuse. Pinsir's gonna fucking sweep me. I was starting my entire speech, ending the series, and now Pinsir is fucking sweeping me. How does it outspeed everything on my team? Well, by being a much higher level, that's how. So what we learned today is that Pinsir counters my entire fucking team. So, after everything that just died, am I going to go back into Thor, and is Thor actually going to end up doing well against Pinsir? The answer seems... Oh! He's killing everything because he has Sword Dance. That makes so much sense. Why didn't I think he would use a Full Restore? Why did I go for Quick Attack again? It's the same exact mistake. I need to go for a Thunder. I know I talked about reliability and everything, like last episode or the episode before, but I need to go for Thunder because Thunderbolt is not doing enough. And it hits. This probably won't kill, but it'll do a lot of damage. Submission. That might take out Thor. Okay, we're down to our last Pokemon, I think. I think we only... What happened there? Does submission have recoil? I don't think it does. Oh, it's starter versus starter. Oh, wow. And I'm super effective against you as well. I got an Earthquake. I have to. Fuck stab. I need reliability at this point. That did nothing! Also, you're a grass up, so that's not super effective. Never mind. Oh, but that's a critical hit that did nothing either. I still can't win this. I still can't win this. And at the end of the day, we are going to go into the Hall of Fame with only Tien, much like we started this entire journey with only Tien. I can't let you get up stockpile too much. I have to cross-chop you. I miss cross-chop. Okay, split up with only one stockpile can't be too bad. Hit cross-chop. Please, finish off this Cradily. We did it! We did it! And you can't tell me that I was over-leveled at level 55 because I lost everything except Tien. And I just took out level 63 Cradily. We did it! We won! I'm gonna be honest, I didn't expect to win. I went into this like, oh, level 55, I don't want to go over level 55 because, frankly, I had been grinding for like 3 hours to get everybody up to level 55. And that after grinding all that time to get all those TMs a couple of episodes ago, and then I just felt like, let's do it. It's now or never. And no, don't heal my Pokemon, like all of them except one are dead. But we did it! We won! We finished the Nuzlocke! That doesn't happen a lot around here. I think this might be like the second or third lock I ever actually win. I don't know, it's been a while since I've, of course, done one, and I don't... Okay, so now you go back to drilling, now that I've finished... I know I said I finished, but I'm not quite finished. We're just going to talk through all of this drilling. So, yeah, speed button really helps to rack up the game time, by the way. I think it's time to talk about our next series. Because I wanted to do another Generation 3 game, as I mentioned before, and I might still do that as the series after the next one, or maybe the one after that. I don't know for sure when I'm going to do that, but I want to do it. And that game is Pokemon Colosseum. But after doing this Generation 3 game, I'm kind of done with Generation 3 for a little while. So what I'm instead going to do is something that I actually wanted to do as my first series back. And while it wasn't the first series I ever did on my channel, it is the one I have the most fond memories of. I think I've done 2 of them so far. And I think it is time, with the revival of the channel, to go back into a Pokemon Black Randomizer Nuzlocke. I'm going to add one rule though, as I stated before in another episode of this series. I cannot place a Pokemon from my party into the box. If it dies, I can place any Pokemon from the box into my party, I get that choice, but the first 6 Pokemon I catch I'm gonna be stuck with. And the moment I take something out of the box into the party, it sticks in the party until it dies. Because I've done a lot of swapping around in this Nuzlocke, and that is the very reason why I actually managed to win. So maybe it's not a good idea to take away that advantage from me. But I think the whole idea for Nuzlockes and only being able to catch the first Pokemon actually dying, is to build a little bit of a story element to a series like this, and a little bit of emotional connection to the Pokemon you play with. And if you keep just switching out your Pokemon, that kind of gets lost. And I want to prevent the Pokemon from being stat sheets, which they quickly become, especially when I am playing. because I tend to look at it that way, because at the end of the day, they are ones and zeros in a game cartridge, or a ROM in this case, which the game cartridge also holds ROM, I'm aware, but you know what I mean. I want to have a little bit more drama and just connection with these Pokemon, so that's going to be the way I deal with the Pokemon Black Randomizer Nuzlocke. Also, I just want a little bit more variety, and later generations just give more variety in Pokemon. And a lot more Pokemon are going to be more useful, like Entei actually is more useful, and by extension Flareon, because Entei is just an upgraded Flareon, for instance. And a lot of Pokemon that are not that useful in Generation 3, either by move pool or by physical special split, become so much more useful in Generation 4 and eventually 5. And since I have just done the hard gold thing, which that didn't last for long, I'm aware. Maybe I'll go do some diamond sometime soon, because I really want to go back to Sinnoh as well, actually. I don't know what I'll do with that. Maybe I'll wait for a eventual Sinnoh remake to go back to Sinnoh. Maybe it'll be that long. But for now, I want to thank you all very much for watching the Pokemon Fire Red Randomizer Nuzlocke. And until the next time, I'm probably going to take a couple of days off Pokemon. Wow, that's a very cursed Pikachu sprite. Just so that everybody watching this can catch up until the finale, and we can start. I don't know when this is getting uploaded, what day, probably like a Wednesday or Thursday. So probably on Monday, I'll start with the Pokemon Black Randomizer Nuzlocke. If this is getting uploaded on a Monday, I probably will start like on Thursday or something stupid like that. I don't know. You'll eventually just see a new upload from me. It'll be soon. Until then, I'll see you later. Bye.